What's up guys? Welcome to AnimeKouhai. If you'd like to help me out, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel.
This kind of battle demanded a clear mind, free from fear. The moment doubt crept in, mistakes were bound to follow. And then there was Dagruel, powerful and unrelenting. With magicule levels on par with Fen and nearly the skill level of Glassword, Dagruel was by far the most formidable of his brothers.
Should I continue as we are, or can I do more?
Gadra wondered. But that slight hesitation proved costly. It was such a small lapse that it barely seemed like an error, but Dagruel was too sharp to let it pass unnoticed. Or rather, perhaps he had been holding back, waiting for just this opportunity to strike.
What a shame, I expected more entertainment. Turns out, it's just a disappointment.
With a disappointed sigh, Dagruel struck Gadra down with a single blow. Ruminas was ready to heal him instantly, but Dagruel had an unexpected trick, blocking her from doing so. Dagruel positioned himself firmly between Ruminas and Gadra. At this stage, even if Ruminas wanted to heal him, Dagruel blocked every path.
You.
Oh, am I in your way? I could have stopped you all like this from the beginning, but I thought watching your moves might be entertaining. Don't expect any gratitude, but you also have no reason to resent me for it.
Dagruel's words were bluntly true. Right from the start, he had been holding back, indulging them by allowing their attempts. For him, this was a way to savor the fight, fully aware he'd never lose as soon as he chose to go all out. That's just how strong he was. He gave them opportunities out of respect for his late friend, the Divine Ancestor Twilight Valentine. The Divine Ancestor often spoke of Ruminas with unmistakable pride, describing her as his finest creation. Unlike the others, he would say, she possessed a boundless potential that set her apart, a quality he never hesitated to boast about to Dagruel. Though the ancestor's disciples were all impressive, he clearly favored Ruminas. Dagruel could never quite grasp why. When the ancestor passed away, he left without explaining his reasons, his soul wiped out by none other than Ruminas, the daughter he cherished most. Earlier, the spell, Sanctuary Disintegration, had been the same one that took down the divine ancestor, yet it had no effect on Dagruel. That appeared to be her last, trump card. Still, Dagruel had indulged her attempts, curious to test his opponent's strength. Yet, her methods felt pointless. Ruminas stayed strictly in a support role, never taking a chance to attack, even when he purposely left himself open.
Repeating these feeble tricks over and over. Did she take me for a fool?
Deciding their playtime was over, Dagruel remained cautious but was finished with their antics. He logically divided his attention between the front and back lines.
Are you trying to say you've been going easy on us?
That's exactly right.
Shion seethed with anger, but Dagruel dismissed her protest.
What do?
It seems you don't understand.
Dagruel vanished, only to reappear with a powerful punch to Shion's stomach. It felt as though her entire body had exploded from within, and the force continued to rampage inside her, almost as if her organs themselves were being torn apart. Shion realized grimly.
With this level of damage, healing magic is pointless.
Indeed, the lingering destructive energy inside her made any restoration futile. Ruminas, too, recognized this instantly.
This is bad.
She clenched her teeth in frustration.
How does that feel? You've grown too comfortable, knowing you have someone watching over you, haven't you?
What on earth?
Ah, you're still standing. Your spirit is admirable, but resolve alone won't save you here.
Then, with apparent disinterest, Dagruel delivered a sharp kick to her face. He held no ill will toward Shion, even admired her resilience. His intent was merely to knock her unconscious so she wouldn't interfere further. However, he underestimated just how relentless Shion was.
You can't break me that easily.
Shion staggered to her feet, blood trickling down, and met his gaze with a defiant smile.
I must be growing soft. My apologies for underestimating you.
Dagruel murmured. His intent had been to spare her life by simply rendering her unconscious, but Shion's persistence changed his approach. Now, he'd abandon all restraint.
Had you awakened your true potential, this might have gone differently.
He told Shion.
What's that supposed to mean?
It's irrelevant to someone on the brink of death.
With that final statement, Dagruel readied his fists. Sensing his intent, Ruminas yelled out desperately.
No, stop.
Ruminas sensed a shift in Dagruel, understanding that Shion's life was at risk. Dagruel sneered at her.
This one will perish due to your hesitation.
What?
Shion tried to respond, but Dagruel silenced her with another powerful blow. Though unconscious, she was still alive, barely holding on. Dagruel hadn't gone easy on her, but he was relieved that she was knocked out. He hadn't wanted her to suffer more or be forced to kill her. Now, it was just Ruminas and Dagruel left. Ruminas resolved herself fully.
Fine then. Just you and me, Dagruel. I'll face you alone.
Taking her stance, Ruminas prepared herself, feeling an odd amusement in her own words. Her pride as a demon lord demanded she speak this way, yet in Dagruel's eyes, she knew she was as inconsequential as dust.
Ruminas, show me what it was that Twilight entrusted to you. If you can't, then die.
In an instant, an overwhelming aura of power surged from Dagruel's entire being. Ruminas now realized how restrained he had been up to this point. Though he hadn't seemed to be holding back, if he'd unleashed this level of force from the start, the battle would have ended long ago.
He really is a beast. There's no way to overcome this. My only hope is that Rimuru might intervene.
The strategy had failed, and fighting Dagruel head-on was impossible. Yet, here she stood. For a brief moment, she considered escaping, but quickly dismissed the thought with a laugh. Abandoning Shion wasn't something she could ever live with. What kind of demon lord would she be if she left her friend behind?
Strange. I haven't known Shion as long as Chloe, but...
The thought of letting Shion and the others down kept her here. An unexpected realization crossed her mind. That Rimuru must face so many struggles. He's constantly pushing beyond limits to meet everyone's expectations. For the first time, Ruminas understood Rimuru's burden. Only Rimuru, and maybe Guy, could stand a chance against Dagruel. Or perhaps... A fleeting image of a carefree black dragon came to Rumina's mind.
No, that's impossible. I can't seriously be counting on him.
Yet, despite herself, Ruminas felt a smile forming. Dagruel noticed this and gave her a curious look.
Do you still have some hidden trick?
If I did, I would have used it by now.
Ruminas lifted her chin in defiance, maintaining her pride as a demon lord. She would stand her ground until the very end, challenging her foe without fleeing.
Do I really believe? Maybe, just maybe, help will arrive, just like it did once before.
She recalled how Chloe had saved her in a past crisis, a miraculous event that she couldn't count on repeating. Even she knew how unlikely it was. Still, Shion and Ultima's unwavering hope had rubbed off on her, inspiring her to believe, if only a little.
That Rimuru truly has his work cut out for him. Even someone like me, unconnected to this, can't help but hold a bit of hope.
And somehow, the thought made her smile.
Have you devised a plan?
No, it's not like me, but I just decided to fight until the bitter end.
Oh.
Then, let's do this.
With a fierce determination, Ruminas unleashed her full power. She channeled the might of lustful King Asmodeus into Night Rose and prepared herself for the final showdown. Rumina's signature combat style revolved around draining her opponent's life force through her death abilities, then transforming it into her own energy using her life powers. In this mode, minor disparities in strength were insignificant, and the longer a battle dragged on, the more advantageous her position became. When it came to exhausting an elite fighter's stamina, Ruminas truly excelled. Dagruel, assessing Ruminas, felt a sense of satisfaction. Even as foes, they were exceptional. Each one of them had a strength and brilliance that he admired. As allies, they'd be formidable. As enemies, they fueled Dagruel's fighting spirit.
It truly is a waste to kill her.
But his duty demanded it, to avenge his best friend. Fulfilling this duty meant Dagruel could complete his role as a god-killer, part of his pact with Feldway, made through Fen. Dagruel was cooperating with Feldway's plan to revive Veldonava, after which his true purpose would begin. And their deal extended beyond that. If he overcame Ruminas, the entire Western Realm would fall under the Giant's domain. If they overtook the Great Jura Forest, that territory, too, would become Dagruel's. His inner ambition roared, "I can't stop here," as it meant a chance to indulge his warrior's instinct and territorial desires. By now, his instincts had already been unleashed. Dagruel decided there was no need for further pretenses.
To begin with,
He started. In that instant, everything halted. All the combat happening on this battlefield became meaningless.
with this, there's nothing any of you can do.
Dagruel's muttered words seemed to echo briefly before the silence deepened. In a world where only awareness lingered, Ruminas was confounded.
Ho, still conscious, are we? Seems all that bragging about being his masterpiece wasn't for nothing.
Dagruel's voice bore a tone of appreciation, but an intense, icy fear surged through Ruminas. She was wise and had extensive knowledge on countless matters. Normally, she might have dismissed it, but now, immersed in battle, she understood exactly what was happening. Time has stopped. Despair took hold. From the very start, defeating Dagruel was never a possibility. But even with this realization, Rumina's instinct to survive did not falter. She kept trying to gather knowledge, hoping it might lead to survival, yet all it brought was deeper despair. Ruminas resisted, struggling against the feeling of being engulfed by endless darkness. Even within this suspended world, despair seemed infinite. Closing her eyes, she faced the regret that clawed at her.
If only, one last time, I could have finished that infuriating, impudent dragon myself.
As her thoughts reached this point, she heard a loud laugh. At the exact moment Dagruel's fist was about to strike her, Rumina's mind went blank.
I have arrived.
Ruminas instantly recognized the significance of that voice and understood the current situation. Dagruel's massive fist loomed before her, then was stopped by a dark brown hand. The fierce dragon, absent until now, had intercepted Dagruel's blow intended for her. Just as the dawn inevitably breaks the night, so too does hope revive, ushering in the flow of time once more. Now, the evil dragon, having leapt across time and space, Veldora, whom Ruminas both detested and secretly counted on, had stopped the seemingly invincible Dagruel's attack. The time of despair had finally come to an end.
A big thanks to the AnimeKouhai patrons who made this video possible. Jared Bressler, Havox, Speed Saber, Curtis Loban, Judah Herrera, Just a Guy, Miss L.W. Hernandez, Jason Martin, Zach Rosen, Jerry Sladek, Ray Perez, Jay, Donald Williams, Day of Light, John M, Godman Gaming, Markithian Tidwell, Adrian, Kumo, T. Bush, JV, Thomas, Christ, Joshua Cousins, Jose Hernandez, Khalid, Christian Deshazer, Divine C. Harris, Montyboy 98, Ruben, Yuki Iki, Gray, Isaac, Koala King 93, Quilly Buckner, Alver, Darius King, Normal Defate, Vicente Baharias, Joshua Andrade, L, Gary Miles, Dragon Spawn 666, J. Rule, Nate, Leiron Sangkap, Lucas Guet, Jason Martin, Christopher Mash, Charles Bailey, Sky T, Diego Ginoza, Andre Hamilton, Martin Ramos, Guy Ensley, Simon Rode, Emperor WSA, Miko Espinosa, Gobi Lin, Pratik Bandari, Faiz Mansour, Jackson Early, Smexy, Carl Stephen Bernadel, Gareth Hashimoto, Steven Madison, Vasto Lord, Marl Barsha, Ralph Ignacio, Efrain Hernandez, William Locke, Kamal Luke, Jahid Hassan Lipu, Spencer Candila, Ian Sikibiol, Thanakorn Lee Sawat, KACP9R, The Harv, Drayden Yamauchi, Alex Buthanu, Michael Brinkley, Nathan Alexander, Mario Kanoy, Karam Faraj. Thank you so much for helping out. I'll see you guys in the next video.